The issue for today's discussion is probably something that you have not heard if you are not listening to the Farsi speaking radio, television, or magazine. But many of you guys might have heard about the letter which was published by 14 of self-designated, self-indulged individual that they called themselves philosophers or elite. The letter was published to at the base of the letter condemn the Islamic Republic of Iran recent crackdown on the protester, but at the same time they alluded and they agreed that the government did not kill, but the government did not act, and all those killers were the Israelis and other Western country paid missionary, which is absolutely to the bone is a lie. Anyway, this letter is written by 14 individuals. Some of them has been quoted in Times Magazine, maybe in 2019 and maybe in 2022 and 23. Some of you might have read their articles in New York Times. And they are, generally speaking, self-designated scholars. They call themselves a scholar, philosopher. But they have not done any study. They have not done any research. They have not done any social calling that is approved by international organization, by international authorities such as UNESCO or other organization that usually establish the level of the educational merit and aptitude and even certification. Many of these people had their education in seminaries, and they were clergy. In Farsi they call them akhund. And one of them went to pharmacy school, and they continue do the study in England, but they went back after revolution and start studying in the government-based theological schools. And now many of them, particularly these 14, that now they are living outside Iran, somehow they were, after they served the Islamic Republic, they fell out of favor, or somehow they sent out to be their spokesperson or people that do the propaganda. Many of these 14 people, they were involved in many wrongdoing and supporting the government for their atrocities. Particularly number of them, particularly one, the big philosopher, the pharmacist, and few other. They were involved in the cultural revolution and educational revolution that reminds us of cultural revolution of Mao. They closed down the university, all universities in Iran for 4 years. They changed the curriculum. They really damage educational system. They rewrite the curriculum. They expelled many of the Western trained professors. They expel all the university students. from science to medical medicine and whatever, and then they re-establish the selection, and then they went by quota. They change, particularly the pharmacist guy, change the language of the education to more Islamic related. Significant discrimination, separation of the girls and boys, and many other things that now, after so many years that they did this education, the education in Iran is at the bottom, has deep down to the nadir of its existence. And these 14 people were involved in that one way or another. Some of them was not the favorite anymore, got them to the jail by the government, and many of them again seek freedom and democracy in United States and in Western countries. And then they start talking about democracy and Islam. They talk about good part of the good side of the Islam, and they call themselves philosophers. They were named in some of the magazines that I said, mentioned it, like Time magazine, like New York, and some other, by the philosopher and the elite of the Islamic world. These people are not elite. These people are not philosophers. These people are self-designated philosophers. The guy, the pharmacist, has formal education in pharmacy and then went to England, although it is social studies. But their theocracy and theology part is a very primitive in the seminary in Qom. And whatever they say, you readers, you American readers or English-speaking readers should be aware that these people are not like your philosopher. When we talk about philosophers, John Locke, when we talk about Russell, when we talk about Jefferson, we talk about, these are not the same people. These are very extremist that they are trying to really icing the political Islam. Islam and democracy, in no way they can get along. There is no way that Sharia law become secular. One of them, the pharmacist that now is in America, and he goes on TV and has lots of numbers, videos. He is working on the secular Islam. There is no way that the Islam with the doctrine of Islam could be married to secular or democracy. You don't have to listen to me. You have to. You can go online. You can go seek research. You can ask the AIs to get all of this information. So, please, when you read these articles by some of the journals, and they talk about the philosopher, these philosophers are not like your philosopher. These are the self-designated philosopher. They are absolutely people do not believe in Western democracy. They are discriminator and they are violator of democracy. Excuse me. One of them, the pharmacist guy, in 2019 had a conversation and a video on YouTube, and he called the Ayatollah Khomeini the most illiterate, the most literate, the most elite, and the most talented, the most knowledgeable leader of Iran since Achaemenid, which goes back to 2,500 years ago. And Mr. Khomeini has a very study in seminaries and does not have any formal education in any form or shape. Neither does all of these ayatollahs. So, if this self-designated philosopher called Ayatollah Khomeini as the most knowledgeable and the most advanced leader of a country since 2,500 years ago to today, well, I leave the judgment to you.